Hey everyone. So, for today's journey, I have come out to Mount Holly, New Jersey. And specifically in Mount Holly, New Jersey, to the Rancocas Forest. And I have come here today for two reasons. For one, hopefully to do a little bit of field herping. Maybe catch some sort of reptile out here. Be it snake, lizard, turtle, whatever we can find. The second and largest reason, however, is to find something again. See, let me explain. A couple years ago, I was exploring out here in various other sides of the park. And while I was doing so, I happened to stumble across a big, really awesome abandoned building. An abandoned building that, despite my research, I can't find too much of a clear answer of what the purpose of this building was. All I know is that it was really interesting, and I would like to find it again. Now, since I found it the first time, I have not been able to locate it again, despite taking the same paths and the same trails that I did the first time. So, today, I have become determined that no matter what, I will be coming out of here after finding that. I will locate it and I will explore it and I will film it to show here. So, with all that being said, let's get to it. So as I make my way through the main part here, trying to see what kind of animals I can possibly locate along the way to ponder, what truly this whole entire area I'm in is used for. For example, as you can see, the path that I walk on right now is paved. In fact, a lot of the paths of this main area are paved. Now the information on this particular spot is fleeting, or so I've found in trying to look it up. But as best as I can find out, this particular spot was used for a Boy Scout group or summer camp, something of that nature. Not entirely sure why they abandoned it to become the park that it is now, but it certainly is an interesting aesthetic as you see nature taking back over something that was once heavily used for human recreation, which is kind of promising to see that no matter what, nature finds its way. Like I said, I don't know what this main building that we're searching for was initially used for. I'm guessing maybe a fishing lodge, but I truly don't know. Either way, let's share what it looks like. It gets a little cramped as you make your way up what used to be a nice big open path. It's now got a tunnel of trees swallowing it. Particularly right now, though, we are heading for some small abandoned outbuildings, or at least they were buildings the last time I was here to see them. Around there, I found a lot of snake molts. So, with any luck, the snakes who left the molts behind could be hanging around today. Let's see. So the first of some of these abandoned buildings over here on the campsite is this garage looking type of building. As you can see, all boarded up. I don't think there will be any entering it. But what I am here to see is that from time to time when you get close to here, you find snake shits. Most likely those snakes being black rats, maybe racers. Those would be the things typically taking up residence in and around these abandoned buildings, as they tend to attract rodents, which they like to prey upon. But thus far, not seeing anything out here just yet. Let's see. So far we have nothing. A lot of briars and poison ivy over there, so I believe I will be continuing that way. Would you look at that? Well, that's pretty cool. Thinking maybe it's some kind of stove, some place to set fire. Interesting. But sadly, no reptiles. Oh well, on to the next spot. Hopefully better luck over there. So after exploring the campsite of Rancocas Forest, it seemed the main outbuilding that I was going to go to try to herp and find snakes was mostly inaccessible. Was pretty much completely wrapped up in all the foliage around it, and I could not fit into the opening to get inside. So what we'll do now is move on from the campsite. We're now into the woods. We're going to traverse the trails, head on over into the other side, and see if we can't locate that abandoned building that I am mainly here to find. So let's see how this goes. Something about that seems familiar. I think I might finally be on the right track to finding this thing. Let's see. Yeah. We are most definitely getting warmer now. Near the water. And I remember this little outbuilding. Maybe a shed or something that was adjacent to it at one point. But if memory serves me correctly, that means that just up on top of that hill will be what we're looking for. So I finally found it. However, real quick before we take that detour up there, let's just get a look at the river over here. See if there's anything cool to see or catch while we're over here. Does not seem to be the case. Still, cool spot. Alright. Well, we found that little outkill. Ooh, oh, look at that. We're clearly not far off from finding something. Appears to be some rat snake skin. Perhaps he's up inside. Let's hope. Alright. Onto the building. And there she blows. I'm not sure why after the first time I found it, I've had such a difficult time finding again. But it is a really cool bando. So, let's check it out. I'm going to use a little bit of caution. Not sure if I'm in here by myself or not. Be the other possible people inside or animals. Man, really decrepit stairs. Very cool. Like I've said, I'm not sure what this place was in its heyday. I'm thinking some sort of fishing lodge maybe, or I do know the area has some history with being like scout camp and summer camp and stuff like that, so perhaps this building was for that purpose. Either way, it must have been a really interesting place in its prime. As you can see, we've moved up to the second floor, but even though we are on the second floor, the ground is right out here, level with everything. The place had double level chimneys. It's kind of interesting. You can see some of the flowers must have been planted while it was inhabited. Still going strong here. but this is great. On the smaller side, the last abandoned house I brought you guys to had quite a bit more levels, more rooms to explore than this, but it's still a worthwhile find. Still a hidden gem out here in the forest. Let's go back downstairs. Try not to break our neck as we do so. Quite a lot of urban decay here. Well, there you have it. So as we know, it took me a couple of years to find this place again, but finally have, so I feel accomplished. This was a cool journey. And of course now, it's on to the next one. So guys, thanks for watching.